Hi everyone, myself is Karuna Gupta. In this video, we are going to learn about some of the basics of Python programming language. Python is a very popular programming language which was developed by a Dutch programmer, Guido van Rossum. It was released to the world in 1991. Well, Python is a very powerful programming language that can be used for web development, for developing software prototypes, used in data science, and many more applications. Let us now understand some of the features of the Python programming language. It is a high-level language, which means it is close to English. The language is free as well as open source. The source code is available along with the free download. Python is also an interpreted language. That means in the way of conversion, when I'm converting a Python source code program to an object code, it is converted line by line, and wherever I encounter an error, the program pauses and I need to correct that error. Python programs are easy to understand and they have a well-defined syntax. A syntax is the correct way, or you can say the grammatical way of writing a particular statement. Python is case sensitive as well. That means variable names or function defined in a particular case, whether lowercase or uppercase, they are two different entities. At the same time, Python is a portable and platform independent language. That means it can run on various operating systems and hardware platforms. It has a very rich library of predefined functions which can be used as it is in your programs. It is also helpful in the web development. We have very popular web services and applications that are built around Python. Python uses indentation for blocks and nested blocks. That means the child statements, or you can say the substatements of various blocks or nested blocks like if else, like looping or functions. They need to be clearly demarcated with a well-defined space. Python can be easily downloaded from the official website python.org/downloads. From here, you can choose the correct version for your operating system. Once downloaded, a sample screen of Python ideally looks like this. The appearance of three angle brackets is the Python prompt, which means your interface is now ready to take the commands. Well, Python allows us to work in two different modes, the interactive mode and the script mode. By interactive mode, we mean that the commands need to be given directly at the Python prompt, that means the three angle brackets. The commands are executed and the output is presented after each and every command. Whereas in the script mode, we can group 4 or 5 or maybe multiple commands into one file, save it all together, and then run it at any later point of time. To work in script mode, we need to click on the file menu, click new file. This opens a file. We need to type the program, saving the program with a .py extension. After that, we can run the program and it appears in the interactive mode. Well, with every programming language, we have certain keywords which are reserved by the programming language and they have a specific meaning. These keywords cannot be used in any other sense in the program. This is the list of Python keywords which we will gradually learn during the course of learning the language. The next building blocks of language are identifiers, which refer to the variable names, the function names, classes, or maybe any other kind of entities inside a program. There are certain rules for naming an identifier. First of all, it should begin with an alphabet, either uppercase or lowercase, or maybe an underscore sign. This may be followed by any combination of alphabets, characters A to Z, uppercase, lowercase, numerals 0 to 9, or maybe underscore. An identifier cannot start with a digit. An identifier in Python can be of any length, so there is no limitation. But still, it is preferred that we keep the identifiers short and meaningful. They should be relatable to the program what we are writing. At the same time, a Python identifier cannot be a keyword. We also cannot use any special symbols like exclamation, @ hash, not even spaces. Spaces are not allowed in Python identifiers. The most frequently used form of identifiers are the variables. Well, variables are used to uniquely identify any data value. They refer to an object that is stored in the memory and it can be accessed anytime later in the program. Value of a variable, it can either be a string or numeric, or it can be a combination of alphanumeric characters. Python, we use assignment statement, that is the equal to sign, to create new variables and assign specific values to them. For example, if I say marks equal to 85, here marks is my variable name, 85 is the value that I am giving to the variable. Let's take another example. If I say city equal to New Delhi, so city is my variable name, New Delhi is the value that I am assigning or I am giving to this particular variable. Python program also has certain comments which are remarks, or you can say explanatory notes in the source code. Comments serve as the documentation purpose. These are not executed by the interpreter. Python allows me for two types of comments. One is the single line comment that start with a hash symbol and go on till the end of line. The other form of comments is multi-line, which are enclosed in a pair of triple quotation marks. It can either be single quotation or the double quotation marks. But very obviously it can span multiple lines. They are generally used for the documentation whenever I need. So this was it about the basic building blocks of Python programming language. We shall explore the programming concepts in the upcoming videos.